On other issues, I just want to tell you one important number, 126. 126. It was 126 days ago today that Joe Biden said, quote, "I've done all I can do." He was asked about why he wouldn't use his extensive executive authority to address the border catastrophe that he himself created. And 126 days ago, he looked into the cameras and said, I'm out of options. I've done all I can do. He tried to convince us all for all this time that there was no way he could possibly fix the mess. Remember that he engineered it. When Congressman Siscomani said a few moments ago, he began this on the day he took office over 3.5 years ago. He walked into the Oval Office and he started issuing executive orders, dozens of them. We counted 64 specific executive actions that President Biden and Secretary Mayorkas took to open that border wide. They did it intentionally. They engineered the open border. There's no question about it. The evidence is so clear. And now, suddenly, now he wants to issue some weak executive order. One executive order, supposedly to try to address the issue. It's window dressing. Everybody knows it. If he was concerned about the border, he would have done this a long time ago. And we don't know what's in this. The devil will definitely be in the details here, I can assure you. But from what we're hearing, it will ignore multiple elements that have to be addressed, the elements that were in our legislation that we passed over 14 months ago, to fix the broken asylum program, to fix the broken parole process, to reinstate the Remain in Mexico policy, to end the catch and release policy that they've advanced. Those are the reasons that this catastrophe has been allowed to continue, and whatever little short measure that he's going to do here is not going to solve the problem. In fact, by some estimates, it might make it worse because it will extend once again the welcome mat. Incentivize people to come and be among the first 2,500 is what we're hearing. The first 2,500 per day to come in to be ensured that you get your welcome package when you come into the country illegally. It's absolute madness. They're going to say he's using Section 212F of the Immigration and Nationality Act. You know what? I read him that provision myself on the telephone a year ago. 7 months ago, I know, after I became Speaker, we had this conversation. I told him this. First, he tried to tell me it didn't exist. Then I read him the language on the phone. Later, I met with him in person, reiterated the same language. And that provision is so broad, it allows the president to use his authority unilaterally if he determines it to be in the best interest of the country. If it's detrimental to the interest of our country, he can close the border down entirely. He's not going to do that. He has no interest in doing that. They want it wide open. So this weak measure here, don't be fooled. One executive order can in no way undo the 64 specific executive actions he's already taken and 3.5 years of chaos that they've allowed to ensue. House Republicans, on the other hand, stand with the American people, and we've been fighting on this every single day to protect the border. We passed H.R. 2, the most comprehensive border protection measure that's ever been passed by Congress, still sitting on Chuck Schumer's desk collecting dust 14 months later. We passed the Lake and Riley Act after violent crimes and even murders have been committed by the illegals in the country. We passed legislation to deport illegals who commit crimes here, like drunk driving and Social Security fraud and assaulting law enforcement officers. We passed resolution after resolution, and we ultimately impeached Secretary Mayorkas at DHS. Why? Because historically desperate times call for historic measures. It's a very rare thing to impeach a cabinet official, but we had to do it. On other issues with regard